Well, you know our next guest from hit TV shows like Community and Mad Men, and now she's the co-writer and star of a new movie called Somebody I Used to Know.
Please welcome to our set, Alison Brie, everybody.
Alison, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I think we got to begin with the poster for your new movie. Look at you running in the nude like the wind.
You got a big smile right there, too.
I've never been happier than when I'm running in the nude. We really fought for this poster, my husband and I. First, it was me convincing him that the poster should be me nude, and then he and I convincing Amazon. But shooting this was really funny. There's a streaking scene in the movie, which is based on my own history with streaking.
Are you a streaker? I love to streak.
I love to streak.
I do. In a funny way. Like if I'm going skinny, then you run and like you
Is there any other way than a funny way? Or?
That's a good point. Yeah, I've never done like a sexy streak.
Yeah, is there a serious streaker?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing sexy about it. It's all silly and fun. Yeah.
So the day that we were shooting a streaking scene in the movie, we said, let's get some photos for the poster. So I spent the next hour just running a naked circle around our on-set photographer, and at the end of it he was like, Allison, I gotta tell you, this is the strangest shoot I've ever done. And I said, you and me both.
Yeah, wow.
The arm placement
and somehow
perfect.
there is a relation story-wise with
yes,
this.
It does tie back into the movie, into the character. It wasn't just for kicks and giggles.
I love that you wrote this with your husband, Dave Franco, wrote in the pandemic. What was it like collaborating together? I think that's super cool.
Honestly, it was so fun. He and I have worked together before. We had acted together, and then I was in his first film as a director called The Rental. That was his directorial debut, and I acted in that. So we got to experience that dynamic together on set with him directing and me starring, or, one of the characters in the movie. And then we just really wanted to take it to that next level and start writing. We had this idea we'd been talking about. We both love romantic comedies so much. And we were actually back home in his hometown, taking a long walk, going back to his high school. And
What's the hometown? Where are we?
Palo Alto, California.
Oh, Palo Alto.
I'm from Los Angeles, so we never get that going back home thing for me so much.
Stanford action up there.
Yeah, feeling a little nostalgic and kind of exploring that idea of going home and the feelings it brings up about who you used to be, who you are now, and so we kind of just came up with that idea, and then it was really wonderful sitting and writing it together. We have a great rapport, we love being married, we love being around each other, so this was just an extension of that.
That's cool too. I work with my wife as well on the radio show. It's funny though, because or at least as a husband, the creative notes you can give. And now, then I'm sure it's different though for you because you wrote it too, and I know he directed it as well. But essentially, I'm sure you kind of had a hand in the directing too, since you're both coming from the same creative space, right?
Yeah, I would say it just made it so easy because we wrote it together. We've already had every conversation about how we think every scene should look and feel, and it's coming from our mutual voice, right? It's all written in terms of like our sense of humor and things like that. So on set, it was like we could communicate without speaking. I feel like there's a lot of time he'd come up and say, I think, and I go, I know.
Yes, exactly. No, exactly. It's because if you were like not for some reason you came, I'm going to do it this way, and he's like, oh, then it'd be different.
Totally. No, there was none of that, thank God. I never feel more comfortable and confident than when I'm on set with my husband because I trust him more than anybody in the world.
Clearly.
Well, Exhibit A, it goes without saying.
I love it. Well, I'm so excited. We have a trailer of the movie right here. It's called Somebody I Used to Know. Here we go. Premieres today.
I still think about what would have happened if you hadn't left all those years ago.
I've been kind of wondering the same thing recently. Like if maybe I made the wrong decision. I haven't felt that free in I don't even know how long.
Sean, honey.
Mom, hey.
Allie?
Jojo!
Hey.
What a wonderful thing for us all to be here. So thank you to the bride and groom for giving us a reason to celebrate. To Sean and Cassidy.
Sean and Cassidy.
Wait, so you rekindle, but then you find out he's getting married?
Monkey wrench.
Exactly. Yes. Jay Ellis plays my old flame from home, and we go back, and I go back home. My character, my character goes back home. We have a great night together, and I think for my character, she thinks it's this turning point, and then she learns that he is getting married that weekend.
So wait a minute, you reunite with one of your Community co-stars in this, right?
Yes, Danny Pudi. I'm so glad you brought that
He's so great.
Oh my God, it was so fun to be back on set with Danny. We haven't worked together since we shot Community, and it felt like being on the show again. It was exactly the same, and I feel like we immediately go into this other language, you know, after years shooting a show with somebody, with a group of people. I feel like the whole Community cast has this like inside joke language, and half of it's gibberish. And some of that's in the movie as well. Dave, bless Dave for leaving in right before we'd shoot a shot, me and Danny singing little songs and doing little bits, and some of them made it into the movie.
I can't wait.
Great.
Well, for Throwback Thursday, you've been in so many great roles we were talking about. Let's go back to you as Trudy Campbell in Mad Men. Tell us about some of your 60s fashion. I really dug this fashion you sported in here. Did you have a favorite look?
Just a great era, great look
really
right there.
It was, you know, Trudy had a lot of amazing hats. There's one right now. So those I really love. I think my favorite outfit was a blue dress that was almost off the shoulder. I was meant to wear it to a character's wedding in the episode where JFK is assassinated. And it's all of those, that snatched waist, puff skirt, the A-line. It was so beautiful.
Tailored. Everything was so tailored.
Very much. And it really puts you in the period, because there's no way, you know, we had all the period appropriate undergarments underneath. So it was like, you really sit tall.
Yeah.
You move in a certain way.
Right, very, very elegant. Let's hop forward to the 80s.
Yes.
You played Ruth Wilder in her alter ego wrestler Zoya the Destroyer in Glow.
Yes.
This was so much fun. Did you have some good training for that?
Oh yeah, we did wrestling training with pro wrestler Chavo Guerrero Jr. We would do 5 days a week, 3 hours a day leading up to shooting the show.
Huh?
We did 90% of our own stunts. We had an amazing stunt team as well. It was really fun, but like only enhanced by, then we did it all in 80s leotards, you know, cut up to our hip bone. There we go, with about a gallon of hairspray. It was so, so fun.
Is there a decade of fashion and era you would like to work in now, since we've covered so many great ones?
You know, I actually feel like the 70s. Now that it's right in the middle, right? I did the 60s and the 80s. Now that I've got this long hair, I grew out my COVID hair. I feel like I'm really ready for it.
You got the butt cut like me, going down.
I'm down with that. I'm with you on that.
Give me some long lines.
You can rock that.
You know?
Right. Congratulations on the movie.
Yeah, great to see you with everything. You can catch Alison and Somebody I Used to Know streaming February 10th on Prime Video.